for this new moon in Leo, may I remind you that every step that you've ever taken has been worth it for you to make it through whatever the thing was that you were taking that step for. And may I remind you that you are deserving and worth it to achieve all the things, all the desired outcomes that you would like to have in your world, that you would like to align to. May I also gently remind you that you are very deserving of taking more goddess baths, you know, where you lock the door and you put a towel underneath the slit under the door, and you take a nice hot bath and you load it with candles and essential oils and maybe some magnesium flakes and some Epsom salts and some really great high quality essential oils for yourself. May I remind you that you're worthy of more of those goddess baths. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to go barefoot more often. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to love and be loved. That's super important. It's basically the most important thing that I can remind you of in this Season 3, Episode 7 of Sowing Fire podcast. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to align to whatever you choose to pray to, whatever you choose to put your faith into. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to have all of your bills paid, to have money in your pocket, to have the amount of the numbered amount of what you want in your bank account. May I remind you that you're worthy. May I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to give love. And may I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to receive love. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to see love. I mean, how are you going to get the reflection of it if it's not part of your transmission to begin with? May I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to deal with your traumas. May I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to work through all of those old conditions and all of those fear-based stories and all of those traumas as initiations that you had to grow through, you had to survive through, so that you could learn better and better ways to raise your vibration, to better your life, to wake yourself up outside of anxiety and depression. May I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to live by your heart. And may I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to live courageous. May I remind you that you're worth it and worthy to stop judging yourself, to be kinder to yourself, to remind yourself on a daily that you are worth it and worthy. May I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to put yourself as number one. That doesn't mean that selfish is a bad thing. It means that you're choosing as source to take care of you so that that becomes part of your transmission. So then in turn, you get that reflected reality back at you. And so your connections with people grow deeper and expand and become higher and higher reflections of that higher and higher level of vibration that you continue to align to because you keep going through your lessons, which then lets you keep getting your lessons, which then allows you in the next moment to take the opportunity to apply those lessons. So then you get to grow, and then you get to do all kinds of magic stuff because you get to see all your magic come out because you're taking those lessons, and then in the next moment's opportunity to apply those lessons, you're doing so. And so thank you. So may I remind you that you are worth it and worthy to attain those lessons and apply those lessons. Because if you find yourself in a cycle, what's happening is there's something somewhere within that energy that keeps showing up for you where you can apply more love to yourself. Put it out in your transmission, receive it back as your reflected reality. That's how this works. You can believe it or not. It's totally up to you. It's fine, actually. It's just simply, here's a diamond and it's free. And you do with it what you want. And so, let me continue. You are worth it and worthy to take more times noticing the sunrise and the sunset. And you are worth it and worthy to remember how powerful your ability is to grow. Grow in your own life, grow in your well-being, but also to grow things out here. You're doing it all the time. You just maybe have been beating yourself up or calling yourself names and telling yourself that you don't deserve to see that this is your magic. And so instead it's, just a random something that happened to happen. No. May I gently encourage you to follow the advice of my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother used to always say, nothing comes from nothing. Everything comes from something. Everything comes from something. And so if you've been telling yourself in your life that you're not worth it, or you've been crying every morning in the shower, not figuring out, not knowing why, beating yourself up, telling yourself that you don't deserve, let me please gently remind you. And in fact, let me be a little more fierce in that reminding, because my moon's in Leo, the moon's in Leo. This is basically the brightest day of the year, not just for you, but for me too. And so let me remind you. Let me remind you that you are worth it and worthy to receive. You see, you've already gotten really good at giving and giving and giving, and you've brought yourselves probably some really great lessons about healthy boundaries and learning to say no and learning how not to stretch yourself so thin. And so because you've mastered that, you're ready to outgrow. And so what you're outgrowing is old conditions and old behavioral patterns and old self-sabotaging behaviors, because now you've got the light shining on everything. It's shining up all your shadows. It's shining up all your dark corners. And so what you're ready for now is something different. And so what you're ready for now, if you've been a giver your whole life, well, now is the time to learn that you also got to master receptivity, reciprocity, the ability to receive. You see, you're worth it and worthy to receive. You've given love, and maybe you've given love in places that you call toxic, but I can tell you that those toxic places also were some of your greatest teachers. Now, give it a moment right there and think about the last toxic thing or last thing you called toxic, and thank the teacher in that situation. Thank the teacher in that situation and allow yourself to see that it's more than that was just toxic. Allow yourself to see that there was a great lesson that came from this. And because you got that great lesson, you need no longer repeat that great lesson because you got it. But if you find yourself repeating that lesson, then that means that the reason that energy keeps repeating itself is because you're ready to put some more love into it. I would start with myself first if I were you. You see, you're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to do things different. You're worth it and worthy to allow people to surprise you. You're worth it and worthy to allow yourself to be surprised by yourself. You're worth it and worthy to grow whatever it is you want. You're worth it and worthy to receive abundant harvest. You're worth it and worthy to receive kindness, gentle, love. You're worth it to remember. You're worth it to receive it. You're worth it to give it, obviously. Or if you weren't good at giving it, you certainly wouldn't be here in the lesson to receive it. You see, you're worth it and worthy. This is your magic. This is how powerful you are. This is how beautiful this life is. You have this opportunity right now to choose to change your perceptions about anything. It doesn't mean that You lose who you are. And in fact, when you allow change, you become more of what you already are. And so this full moon, this sun in Leo, this whole giant new moon situation that's happening right now, it's the best time to remind yourself you're worth it and worthy. It's the best time to remind yourself of your ability to affect change around you by allowing yourself to change from within. This is how powerful you are. You see, you're so magic. You're so magic. I'm putting 2 hands on you right now. You are so magic that you have chosen a life where you can choose to believe in that magic or not. You're so powerful that you get to choose the conditions that you will continue to walk with. That's great. This is how powerful you are. And if you've ever tried to tell yourself that you're not powerful, maybe it's time for an adjustment. Maybe it's time to do something differently. Maybe this is your opportunity to change things. Maybe this new moon in Leo that's happening, maybe it's the best time for you to decide, hey, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose if I just start catching myself speaking negative? And in that moment that I catch myself, I just simply negate it and put a positive reinforcement into it. If I catch myself beating myself up, if I say, I failed, I'm a mistake, I'm a mess up, I did this, how about I neutralize that, or I choose to outgrow that, and now I'm realizing that this past situation where I was just beating myself up is the most perfect opportunity for me to slide some love into that situation so that I can stop repeating it. You see how it works? So let me remind you on this new moon and this sun in Leo. Let me remind you that you're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to pivot. You're worth it and worthy to make adjustments. You're worth it and worthy to forgive yourself. Whew. I'm talking to you. And as I sit here and look in this camera, I'm talking to me too. As my phone starts going off. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you to remind you that you're worth it and worthy to face yourself. You're worth it and worthy to face every time you wish pain or hurt on somebody else. You're worth it and worthy to forgive yourself for those times that you wish pain. That wishing of pain was only a reflection, an outward transmission of the pain, some aspect of you that still lays in wound. You're worth it and worthy to cut, clean, and cauterize your wounds. Do it for yourself, do it for your kids, do it for your family, your tribe, for your future generations, because literally you're teaching. You're teaching everyone that's watching you. You're worth it and worthy to be the best teacher you can be in this life. You're worth it and worthy to be the best student, the best listener, the best whatever you want to name yourself to be. You're worth it and you're worthy. You're worth it and worthy to see with more clarity. And you're worth it and worthy to outgrow every time you ever taken someone in their own wounds and their own hurts personal. You're not going to make them see a thing until they're ready to see a thing. You're not going to make them do a thing until they're ready to do a thing. And so just know that you're worth it and worthy to perceive and take action from your heart in those situations, because it's not ever about changing the other person. It's about you taking a look at what's being revealed here for you. What's the great revelation? What's the great realization? What are you seeing? What are you seeing with your own eyes? What are you seeing with your third eye? What are you seeing with your heart's eye? What are you seeing with your gut's eye? You see, you're worth it and worthy to see across the board. I've said it before, but I'll say it again because it's a new moon in Leo. Every thought that you have, every perception that you carry, every vision that you choose to perceive, every single one of those sights every single one of those sights is based on your interpretation, and the way that you're going to interpret things is based on your value, your self-worth. And so if you're holding yourself where you don't speak kindly to yourself, if you treat yourself in ways that you would never treat your mother or your child or your significant other, your best friend, then why would you treat yourself like that now? Why would you do that to yourself other than self-worth or lack of? You see, you're worth it and worthy to hold yourself in high esteem. You are worth it and worthy to hold yourself in the nobility that you are, in the royalty that you are, in the bloodlines that you come from, and all the lifetimes it took to get you, personally you, to right here. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to remember your magic. You are worth it and worthy to remember your magic. You are worth it and worthy to remember your magic. You are worth it and worthy to remember. You're worth it and worthy to remember that all is sacred, self included. You're worth it and worthy to remember that the same thing that animates your spirit, your body, is the same thing that animates the mountains, or the sky, or the desert, the ocean, the forest. You're worth it and worthy to remember that you deserve to be kind to yourself. You deserve to love. You deserve to allow love, so long as that love resonates for you. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to stand at the top and say, I made it. You're worth it and worthy to give yourself credit for making it through everything you've ever been through, every decision that you've ever made. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to know that you're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to realize that you don't need to hold yourself in old conditions any longer, using phrases like, I can't stand, or I'm so sick of, or I hate when. You're worth it and worthy to outgrow that. You are worth it and worthy to outgrow your judgments. You are worth it and worthy to replace those old judgments with support and cultivating words and phrases and kind and gentle. You're worth it and worthy to remember. You're worth it and worthy to know. You're worth it and worthy to feel. You're worth it and worthy to hear and to see. You're worth it and worthy to trust your intuition. And you are worth it and worthy to hold all life as sacred. And you are worth it and worthy to remember that you can fly, and that you can heal, and that you have a voice and you can use that voice. You are worth it and worthy to remember that you deserve to take action. You're worth it and worthy to remember love, that you deserve to give love, you deserve to receive love. You are worth it and worthy to remember. You are worth it and worthy to remember stillness. You are worth it and worthy to remember that it's okay to set the work down for a moment and take a breather. You don't have to be lazy. You are worth it and worthy to allow yourself to rest. You are worth it and worthy to lay what's dead where it needs to lay. You are worth it and worthy to respect your processes. You are worth it and worthy to respect others in their processes. You are worth it and worthy to write down your dreams, because your dreams are these great messengers that we constantly sit and judge, and we don't have to do that, because the moment that we say, what a weird dream, Our brain filters immediately start erasing that dream when that dream was actually a messenger bringing you a message. And if you will get outside of your ego and you will stop giving over to your fears, that message will be revealed. But you got to write down all the details that you can remember. So don't beat yourself up when you can't remember the whole dream. Just as soon as you wake up, start writing down as much detail as you can possibly do so. You're worth it and worthy to do it because there's messages there. And the more that you put awareness on it, the more those messages reveal themselves. Some of them are prophetic. Some of them are enlightening. But you're worth it and worthy to find out. You're worth it and worthy to respect yourself. In that way, you will respect other people. That respect will also go out into your transmission, which will then come back as your reflected reality. And so if someone shows up in contrast and they're not respecting themselves, which ultimately they're not respecting you, don't take that personal. You are worth it and worthy to not take that personal. You are worth it and worthy to realize this is not the vibration that I want to be in. And so you are worth it and worthy to take action. You are worth it and worthy to be kind to street angels. You are worth it and worthy to hear their stories. You are worth it and you are worth it and worthy to replace worry and grief and sadness with deeper understanding and faith and action. Now, I'm not telling you don't feel what you feel. What I'm telling you is if you feel what you feel and it doesn't feel good, at some point on a deeper level of the realization of a deeper level of a truth, you can outgrow those feelings. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to be surrounded by good people. You're worth it and worthy to be surrounded by good people. You are worth it and worthy to be a good person. You are worth it and worthy to tell your reflection, I love you, more often. You are worth it and worthy to tell your reflections, I love you, more often. You are worth it and worthy to pray. You are worth it and worthy to receive the blessings of whatever it is you are praying for and whatever it is you are praying to, because it doesn't matter the name to me. Ultimately, it's love. You're worth it and worthy to meditate. You're worth it and worthy to remember those birthdays and honor those death days. You are worth it and worthy to appreciate yourself. You're worth it and worthy to appreciate your partner, your mother, your children, your family. You're worth it and worthy to appreciate your path, every step you've taken. You are worth it and worthy to hold and be held. You are worth it and worthy to remember. You are worth it and worthy to write yourself love letters if you want to receive love letters from others. You are worth it and worthy to be respectful of elders. You are worth it and worthy to be kind to stray animals. You are worth it and worthy to pass a couple of dollars to the street angels. You are worth it and worthy to feed yourself good food. Give yourself, your mind, good soul food. Make sure that your thoughts are in alignment with the things that you want to cultivate into your life. You are worth it and worthy because right now you shine like the sun. You are worth it and worthy to hear the whispers of spirit and the wind. You are worth it and worthy to listen to small children and what they have to say. You are worth it and worthy to remember the power of your ability to speak, to stand, to be strong, to have faith, to love, to live. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to lighten up on all levels. You are worth it and worthy to feel better about yourself instead of going through that cycle of I'm not good enough. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, it's never going to be good enough. It won't be good enough. I'll never be like them. In fact, you are worth it and worthy to stop comparing your path to someone else's. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to tie garnets into your braids. You are worth it and worthy to grow out your armpit hair if that's what really makes you feel good. You are worth it and worthy to start the gym because you know you feel good after that. You are worth it and worthy to jump in cold waters more often, find hidden hot springs more often, pet a manatee at least once in your life. You are worth it and worthy to remember that all of those superpowers you used to pretend to have as a child actually were seeds being planted and grown by you so that they could grow into your adult life, so that you could remember that you are still magic. You're worth it and worthy to remember that. You're worth it and worthy to remember love. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it until every single one of us remembers it. Because once we hit a tipping point, something magic's going to happen. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. And so I will tell and remind as many people as I possibly can, as long as there is breath in this body to do so, that you are worth it and worthy. Because every time I say it to one of you, I'm also speaking it back to one of me. And that's really important. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to smile more often. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to laugh. You are worth it and worthy to love. You are worth it and worthy to listen. You are worth it and worthy to speak. You are worth it and worthy to hold compassion. You are worth it and worthy to have presence. You are worth it and worthy to develop temperance, patience, strength. And see, these things come very naturally to us if we just allow ourselves to go in through our lessons that life brings to us on a daily basis. We don't even have to go looking for it. We don't have to go searching. You don't even have to discover it. It will show itself right in front of you. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to take that step, and you are worth it and worthy to go dream and follow that dream and see where it takes you and believe in that dream. No matter who doesn't believe in that dream, just know that's just a test. All they're doing is testing you. They're testing to see how much faith you have in yourself and your own convictions. They're testing you and seeing how hungry are you to attain that dream. You're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to be a lion and go eat your antelopes. You're worth it and worthy to be an antelope, go eat your grass. You're worth it and worthy to outrun a lion. You're worth it and worthy to get what sustains you and feels good to you. You're worth it and worthy to nourish yourself. You're worth it and worthy to feed your mind good thoughts the same way that you feed your body good foods. You are worth it and worthy. So that's what I have to say on this episode. You know, I thought I was going to tell you about legends, and I guess I will. Legend originates from a phrase that means something worth reading, something worthy to be read. That's fun. Something worthy to be read. Like the story of you. Like the story of your remembering that you are worth it and worthy. How about that? How about you remembering the story of your very own personal legend? What you have been through, what you have made it through, when you got saved by the skin of your teeth. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to know your stories. You are worth it and worthy to honor the stories of those who came before you. You are worth it and worthy to put your heart's influence and your heart's encouragement into the stories of those who will come after. You are worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to allow what's beautiful and righteous, meaning what grows in your heart. You're worthy to allow those things to cultivate in your life. You're worth it and worthy to hold your head high, knowing that you come from nobility. You are worth it and worthy to remember where you come from. You're worth it and worthy to put more altars up in nature. You're worth it and worthy to be thankful. You're worth it and worthy to speak your gratefuls more often. You're worth it and worthy to pray before you eat. You're worth it and worthy to gather with people that feel good to you, that resonate for you. You're worth it and worthy to judge me, if that's what you really want. You're worth it and worthy to judge yourself. And also in doing that judging, you're only going to bring some really great lessons into your world to remind yourself that you are worth it and worthy to allow. To allow everyone to make their own decisions about life, to allow everyone to live by what they consider their own truths in this life. You are worth it and worthy to allow people's truths to be their truths and for your truths to be your truths. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to stand on top of a mountain at least once in your life. You are worth it and worthy to float in the ocean. You are worth it and worthy to have good people around you. You are worth it and worthy to share your light with those who are in right alignment with yours. You are worth it and worthy to know how to change your own oil in your car. You are worth it and worthy to make your own money. You are worth it and worthy to choose how you choose based on what you are worth and worthy of. You are worth it and worthy to remember your magic. You are worth it and worthy to come to Mexico with us in October. You are worth it and worthy to remember you. You are worth it and worthy to write your story, your legend. You are worth it and worthy to leave love notes to yourself and others more often. You are worth it and worthy to sleep on a soft pillow where it feels good to your neck and shoulders. You are worth it and worthy to do Dantian breathing when you wake up in the morning. You are worth it and worthy to take more baths. You are worth it and worthy to heal yourself. You are worth it and worthy to be honest to yourself. You are worth it and worthy to have open communication and comprehension. You are worth it and worthy to be heard, to be listened to. You are worth it and worthy to go skinny dipping. You are worth it and worthy to know where you come from. You are worth it and worthy to play music how it feels and what it sounds like in your heart. You are worth it and worthy to remember your own song. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy, and you always have been, and you're worth it and worthy to remember that nothing has ever taken away your innocence. You are worth it and worthy to remember that there is someone on the other side of this world who also has the same fears as you. You are worth it and worthy to know you're not alone. You're worth it and worthy to remember that you're capable, or else it wouldn't be happening to you. You are worth it and worthy to commune more with your big angels. And you are worth it and worthy to say thank you for all the times that something has shown up seemingly out of the blue, but nothing happens at random. You are worth it and worthy. You are worth it and worthy to speak your names called God. You are worth it and worthy to receive the blessings from those names you call God. You are worth it and worthy to be kind and soft with yourself. You are worth it and worthy to push yourself when you want something. You are worth it and worthy to hear the stories of your fears from your ego and not react to them, but instead respond to them, so that they can grow into something really beautiful. Because when we run from our fears, what happens? They just get bigger as fears. But when we turn and face them, shine a little light on them, which is so perfect for right now with this new moon in Leo, you are worth it and worthy to shine light on your fears, to find the voices of the monsters in your dark that are only monsters in your dark because you've chosen to believe that they were. You're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy to be conscious of your words. You're worthy to be conscious of what you grow. You're worthy to remember. You're worth it and worthy to remember that you deserve to grow the biggest fruits, the most beautiful, sustaining, nourishing harvests. You deserve. You're worth it and worthy to remember that you deserve to receive that. If you put all this effort into growing things, you deserve the same effort put forth in receiving those things. You are worth it and worthy. If it's been a challenge to remember that you're worth it and worthy, let me remind you again that we are in the Yucatan in Mexico, going through these temples, swimming in these cenotes, having these meditations at these sacred places. It's October 22nd through the 29th. It's the Remember Your Magic retreat. Remember your magic. Remember your magic. Your magic is in the possession of your magic, and also that you are magic. How else could you receive this magic in your life if you didn't realize at some level and some layer that you are magic? And so please remember that you're worth it and worthy. You're worth it and worthy to remember your magic. You're worth it and worthy to utilize that magic. You're worth it and worthy to see how that magic works in your life. You're worth it and worthy to train in that. How else are you going to write your personal legend? How else are you going to make your pivots and do your things? How else are you going to be able to see your magic if you don't realize your magic? So a love letter to you, a love note to you on this new moon in Leo. A love note that says, hey, you deserve. A love note that says, hey, I'm loving you. A love note that says, hey, be courageous because it's already inside of you. A love note that says, I see you. Keep going, one foot in front of the other. A love note that says, thank you. A love note that says, please. A love note that says, you're sacred. A love note that says, you're love. A love note that says, ... you're an eagle. A love note that says ... you're a phoenix. A love note that says ... you can fly with the alicorns. A love note that says that you come from fairy blood. A love note that says you are free. A love note that says you're magic. A love note that says ... you are worth it and you are worthy. If you want to walk with us on social media, Facebook, Sowing Fire Tribe. IG, Sowing Fire Tribe. YouTube, Sowing Fire Podcast. And also at any time you can sign up for our new newsletter coming out once a month. Thank you. Thanks for showing up today. Thanks for remembering your decisions. Thanks for making your choices. Thank you for being a good person in this world. Thank you for remembering that you are worth it and worthy. Happy new moon in Leo. Happy remembering. And also, happy just being love. Thank you.